Whenever I go off-roading in GTA 5, I usually end up taking the Camacho. It's one of the best off-roading vehicles in the game, alongside the trophy truck and the desert raid. But today, we're going to be testing out to see how good the brand new Draugur is versus these two vehicles. We will be doing 3 tests or so, but just before we take a look at those tests, we got to remember the pricing of these vehicles. The Draugur starts at $1.8 million, and if you unlock the trade price, you can get it for about $1.4 million. The trophy truck is around $580,000, and the Camacho is only $345,000, so that is a pretty significant difference in terms of pricing. Anyways, let's start off with the first test, the Mount Chiliad climb. This is one of my favorite off-roading tests to do. All of the vehicles will be starting off at the bottom of the mountain, and as they progress up it, you're going to notice that the inclines get steeper and more challenging. It starts off very simple, and almost every vehicle I've tested can get to this point, except for a few that were absolutely garbage. But as they keep progressing, it gets more and more difficult to reach the top, and most vehicles aren't able to reach the top of the mountain for this test. And obviously, I'm using the 10F, which I did put speed mods on, so it could easily make it up there, and I could do it really quick. But anyways, let's go and hop in the vehicles and see how they perform in this test. And all the vehicles are ready to go. I am speeding this up just a tiny bit, but don't worry, every single video clip is sped up to the exact same amount, so yeah, it's pretty much the exact same. We're mainly focusing on the Draugur here. This thing is absolutely demolishing. Don't forget to keep a close eye on their speeds in the bottom right-hand corner of each screen. The Draugur is absolutely demolishing the other two vehicles right now. It's not a huge lead, but it is pretty significant, because the Camacho and the trophy truck are two of the best off-roading vehicles and some of the best vehicles that I've used in this test. They practically destroy everything, but this brand new Draugur is actually demolishing and easily getting up to the top of the mountain with practically no issues that I can even see. It did amazing. Props to this thing. It is definitely an outstanding off-roading vehicle when it comes to just driving up mountains. It keeps its speed up, it handles really well, and really doesn't face any issues. The Camacho and trophy truck are practically the same, but the Draugur just does it a bit better. This next test is another very simple one, but one that makes a huge difference, and it's just going to be going over obstacles, starting off with 1 log, 2 logs, and then 3 logs. And of course, we're starting off with the Draugur, which does a phenomenal job at this. No issues whatsoever. Simply just goes over everything like it's not even there, and to make things even better, this thing just went over everything backwards with no issues as well. And I did also upgrade all of the vehicles fully during this video, but during this test I put stock suspension on just so that they had a bit higher of a ride height. You can see the Camacho was doing pretty well until it reached the final set of logs, and it just could not make it over. Period. It just wasn't able to, which kind of sucks because it's honestly a pretty great vehicle, but just doesn't have the highest ride heights. The trophy truck did actually make it over all of them, but when I was doing it, I had a lot less control of the vehicle compared to the Draugur. And when I tried to go over backwards, it was still able to do it, but not on its first try, and needed a lot more speed than the Draugur did, even though the ride height is fairly similar between these vehicles. At the end of the day, the Draugur still won that challenge. But next up here, we just have a steep incline challenge. Now, I used to do this all the time with the Camacho, and I did believe it was the best at doing this. It easily drives up the side of this cliff with no issues, and it's a pretty damn steep cliff. But then I took the Draugur out and did the same thing, and this thing just flew up with no issues whatsoever. It barely lost any traction, which is kind of incredible. So I decided to take it up a steeper point here, and it pretty much went all the way to the top with no issues, except when it got to the very top there. But it still made it up without any problem. I tried to do this multiple times with the Camacho, and I just could not get this truck up the side of this cliff. This just shows another strength of the brand's new Draugur. It is amazing. It doesn't have any issues driving up very steep inclines. It's great at keeping speed up while driving up inclines on a mountain, as you guys saw earlier, and if there's any obstacles in its path, it really doesn't have too many issues going over them, and the vehicle stays in control practically the entire time. This new truck is truly an outstanding off-road vehicle. Some of you may be wondering about other off-roading off-roading vehicles. I've actually tested all of them in the past, and none of them can really keep up with the Camacho or the trophy truck. They are two of the best, but now we got the Draugur, and this thing is definitely the best vehicle to off-road with in GTA 5. Even when it comes to handling, this thing is great. But at the end of the day, the main thing that matters is the price. This vehicle is 5 times more expensive than the Camacho, and it is 3 times more expensive than the trophy truck. Comment down below, do you guys think it's worth it to spend 5 times or 3 times the amount for a vehicle that could definitely perform a lot better? Because obviously money is going to be an issue here, but if you're looking for the best off-roading vehicle currently in GTA Online, the Draugur is definitely the way to go. Plus, it honestly looks pretty damn sick with the customizations it has available for it. Anyways, that is pretty much going to wrap the video up for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you went on to enjoy it. If you want to see any other videos like this, be sure to comment them down below and maybe you'll see it up on the channel in a few short days. But with that said, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one.